Claire, I need to ask you something. Sure, what is it? Can you increase the amount of money you send me? What? Increase it? Why the sudden request? I thought we were already sending quite a bit. The reason doesn't matter. No, I need to know. I want to buy a game console for Joshua. A game console? Why are you so surprised? Nowadays, all boys have it. Yes, so he already has one, right? No, that's not it. A new one was released recently. It's sad if he's the only one among his friends who doesn't have it. But Tina, we're already sending enough money. If he really wants it, his parents should buy it for him or let him use his allowance. Oh dear, what are you even saying? Game consoles nowadays are super expensive. There's no way he can buy it with his allowance. Kelly and Rick are in the middle of raising him. They don't have extra money. I really want to buy it for him. It's heartbreaking if he gets bullied by his friends. But he's aiming for a pretty difficult high school, right? I think it's better not to encourage gaming right now. Are you saying it's okay for your nephew to feel miserable? That's not what I mean. I just think he should focus on his studies right now. It's a family's duty to make sure he doesn't feel left out, right? Geez, you're useless. Being the eldest son's wife, you should provide the money. I don't think it has anything to do with being the eldest son's wife. I'm sorry, but we can't increase the amount we send. We're also struggling with our budget. Then you should save more. We're already saving as much as we can. You could cut down on your groceries or find other ways to save. We can't save any more than we already are. The game console issue should be resolved by Kelly and Rick. How stingy you are. We need to think about our own lives too. Fine. I didn't expect much from you anyway, but this is just disappointing. Sorry, Tina. Claire, guess what? I have big news. Joshua is accepted to his first choice of high school. Congratulations, that's wonderful. He takes after Kelly. Such a smart kid. I'm really looking forward to his future. So, in the end, you didn't buy the game console, right? No, I didn't. Because you were stingy. But it turned out well since he focused on his studies. Oh, hush. By the way, as a celebration gift, I need you to give Kelly and the family $5,000. Excuse me? Do you have a problem with that? When they bought their house, you gave them $10,000 as a housewarming gift. So $5,000 should be easy. That was because you insisted that we give at least that much. $5,000 for high school acceptance? That's insane. What are you talking about? It's normal for the eldest son's wife. It's actually on the low side. Kelly gave my son $20 when he started high school. Oh, she did give a gift. That's nice of her. There was no need to give anything to that incompetent kid of yours. Please don't speak badly about him. Why not? It's the truth. He's never smiled and has always been a gloomy, unlikable kid. That's just his personality. I know. Isn't it called a developmental disorder or something? Even so, I love him dearly. If Steve had married someone else, we wouldn't have had such a problematic child. What are you trying to say? I thought you'd have brilliant kids because your father is a doctor. But what a disappointment. I don't think we've caused you any trouble. We even send you a set amount every month. Of course you do. It's the duty of the children to take care of the mother. But Steve told me you have an inheritance from your late husband, right? That money was used up long ago. I heard he left a substantial amount. Shut up! It's rude to ask about your mother-in-law's savings. I was just curious. For a doctor's daughter, you're so cheap. Your clothes and lifestyle are so modest, it's embarrassing. We were never that wealthy. My father always taught me the importance of living modestly. Didn't you live in a nice apartment on the Upper East Side in New York? That was inherited from my grandfather. We weren't wealthy. Your father is a doctor. Of course your family is rich. Don't lie just because you don't want to send me more money. It's true. I want to give Joshua lots of allowance, and there are many things I need money for. You've never given Colin any allowance, have you? Quiet. I need the money you send us. We're barely managing with what we send you. We have to cut back on our expenses, especially to save up for Colin's education. He's preparing for college now. He doesn't need to go. That failure should just start working after high school. Geez, can't you ask Kelly to help out a bit? She doesn't seem to have money problems. I can't ask her to do that. But she always has the latest designer bags and buys new high-end clothes every season. I also heard they take vacations often. With such a luxurious lifestyle, can't they help with the financial burden a little? They'll need more money soon. Once Joshua starts high school, the cost will be enormous. We face the same situation. Don't compare your failure of a son to him. He's taking swimming and programming classes. The monthly education costs are staggering. We're also planning to hire a private tutor. At this rate, Kelly and Rick will be overwhelmed by education costs. But that's their choice. I don't see why we should bear the extra burden for their luxurious lifestyle. You wouldn't understand, but every parent wants the best education for their child. We're investing now so he can become a respectable adult in the future. I also want Colin to receive a good education. Pointless. Spending money on him is a waste. Joshua will undoubtedly grow up to be a respectable adult. Geez. It's natural to want to invest in a promising grandchild. Just follow my order and give the money to Kelly's family. Claire, do you have a moment? What is it, Tina? I'm so sorry about your father. Thank you. He was so healthy until recently. He suddenly collapsed and just like that. He was just turning 70. It's such a loss. I know, but cheer up. I'm overjoyed right now. What? Overjoyed? I mean, I get to live in a luxurious apartment in the city for free. Excuse me? Your father's apartment. The one on the Upper East Side that you inherited is now mine. My family will be moving in, so get ready. What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. You inherited your father's apartment, right? Since you, my daughter-in-law, did, I have the right to live there too. It's no big deal. You already have an apartment and inherited plenty of wealth, didn't you? As I said before, my father didn't leave much behind. That can't be true. He wasn't extravagant, drove a regular car, and wore regular clothes. He must have saved a lot as a doctor. Believe me. Don't lie just because you don't want to give us the apartment. I know he owned land too. But we don't have money. Just hand over the apartment. Kelly already has a nice house, doesn't she? When I told her she could live in an Upper East Side apartment, she was thrilled. Don't make decisions without us. The move is already set. I've already ended the lease on my apartment. Kelly and Rick quit their jobs, and they've transferred their kids to new schools. I can't give you that apartment. I'm telling you, you have no right to refuse. We'll be arriving in 3 days. We'll be there at 10 a.m. Have the keys ready. Wait a minute. You can't move there. Hey, Claire. It's way past the promised 10 o'clock. Hurry up and open the door. Tina, are you? Yes, I'm standing in front of the apartment you inherited from your father. Are you seriously trying to move there? I told you, Kelly and Rick are here too. Open up quickly. The moving truck is waiting outside and we're in a bind. I told you, you can't. Just hurry up. Go back. The keys to that apartment can't be used anymore. What do you mean? I don't understand. If you keep stalling, I'll get the manager to force it open. You're determined to live in that apartment. Yes, we have the right. But it's going up for auction. What? I gave up all of my father's inheritance. What are you talking about? He didn't leave much money, and it was too difficult to maintain the apartment. What do you mean? He was a doctor. He must have left a lot of assets. He was a doctor and earned from leasing land. But most of that money was eaten up by the apartment's maintenance fees and taxes. No way! He preserved our ancestral land and wealth, but it became a heavy burden for our family. Before he died, he asked us to end it with his generation. So, that apartment really isn't yours? No, it's been auctioned off. How could you do that? We had no choice. We knew that inheriting his estate would only continue to increase our burden, so we gave it all up. This is unbelievable. We're starting a new life from now on. We want to live without the burdens of the past. What about us? I don't know. You'll have to figure it out yourselves. Wait a minute. What are we supposed to do now? We've already arranged the move. I'm sorry, but Kelly and Rick even sold their house. What? They did? Yes. They sold a $400,000 house for $250,000. Why did you go to such lengths to move? It was for Joshua. What do you mean? He was bullying his classmates so much that it became a big issue at his school. Bullying? What did he do? He ripped other kids' homework and put garbage in their lockers, causing a huge commotion at school. The counselors and teachers warned him, but it didn't help, and they were at their wits' end. I had no idea. The whole family is being ignored in our hometown, so we thought moving to the city would be best. Joshua has been spoiled rotten. What did you say? Colin is a failure. Actually, he got into medical school. What? And it's a state university, so it's not too expensive. We're relieved. You must be kidding. There's no way that idiot got into medical school. He's socially awkward and can't even talk to people properly. It's understandable you'd think that. He struggled with communication from a young age and didn't make friends easily. But he had plenty of time to focus on his studies. He loved science experiments since elementary school and turned their kitchen into a lab. In middle school, he spent every day at the library reading medical and biology books. He has an exceptional focus on specific subjects and dives deeply into what interests him. Oh, really? Yes, my late father saw a lot of himself in him. He was a passionate doctor too. In high school, Colin was always at the top of his class, especially in biology, where he won national awards. His teachers recognized his talent and strongly recommended medical school. I see. So it's natural for him to go to medical school. His hard work and talent paid off. Unbelievable! A failure going to state medical school? Thanks to him, we saved the college funds we had set aside and decided to buy a house in the suburbs. What? I always felt suffocated living in the city. Since his university is in the countryside, we're moving and building a house there. You never told me that. I hadn't mentioned it. Colin doesn't like the city much, so it's a good opportunity for our family. Who's going to take care of me in my old age? Your beloved Kelly and her family are there. She's always insisted she won't take care of me. I'm relying on you and Steve. She's quite self-centered. Also, Steve has a message for you. He's decided to stop all financial support. Why? You've always favored Kelly over him. Even though they're siblings, you've been discriminating against him. Despite that, he's been patient out of gratitude for raising him. But trying to take over the apartment I inherited, that was the last straw for him. Wait, what am I supposed to do if you stop the support? You could live with Kelly and her family. That way, you won't have to pay rent. No way! They are unemployed and in debt. They bought all those designer bags and still had debt? Yes! They couldn't keep up with the house payments, which is why they decided to sell it. That's what happens when you live beyond your means. This isn't how it was supposed to turn out. Having a lot of wealth doesn't guarantee happiness. I believe living modestly is far more fulfilling. Please help us. We've supported you as much as we could, but we've reached our limit. Don't say that. Do your best to support your unemployed daughter, her husband, and your grandson. But I'm already 68. I've used up my inheritance, and I can't survive on my pension alone. Then you'll have to work. I was supposed to have a rosy retirement in the New York apartment. The idea of working at my age is horrible. You're still young and energetic, so you'll be fine. I'm sure you can handle any kind of job, even physical labor. No, I won't do physical labor. Oh, I wanted to enjoy myself more while I still had the energy. So, Tina and Kelly's family moved to New York, thinking they'd live free in a luxurious apartment. In the end, they had to settle for a cheap, rundown place, cramming all four of them together. Kelly and Rick desperately searched for jobs, but neither of them could secure full-time positions, so they are both working multiple part-time jobs. Josh's problems continued at the new school, leading to isolation and skipping classes to stay home. It's a shame, considering all the money spent to get him into that high school. The boy's current situation is largely due to being spoiled by his parents and grandmother, making him a victim in a way. It's quite sad. Tina also started a part-time job, but keeps quitting due to conflicts with co-workers, moving from job to job. With her personality, it's no surprise she struggles to fit into the working world. As for us, we've built a house in the countryside where our son's medical school is located. He loves the peaceful, nature-filled environment and plans to become a doctor here. There are times when I worry about him not fitting in with other kids, but seeing him happily attend university brings me immense relief and joy. I'm grateful we trusted him and gave him all our love. I look forward to continuing our happy life as a family of 3.